Angry guy here, and women are furious. Men are choosing to walk away from dating and marriage to become passport bros. Women are furious. Men are choosing to walk away from dating and marriage to become passport bros. It, it's not shocking, but it is a little shocking that it's that women cannot foresee that men are tired of the nonsense, the games, all the hazing, and the absolute misery that comes with dating in the West today. They're tired of it. They're walking away because women have literally nothing to offer men in Western society. But they're completely blind and oblivious to this because of the types of men that are continuously propping them up and propping up their egos. Let's go ahead and jump into this video.
Find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for. She was going to want him to marry her. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her, right? And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kids. And she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. Mm-hmm. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays.
Have you wondered why divorce rates are continuously on the rise around the world? It sure does seem that way, doesn't it? Well, statistically and surprisingly, divorce rates have once again decreased in the Western world. But contrary to popular belief, the divorce rate is still not at an all-time low or even very low levels. There is a twist to this statistic, though. Divorces are declining as a result of a significant drop in the number of people getting married. Women are becoming anxious. Girls are left feeling helpless as they witness males abandoning the game of dating and marriage. So why does all of this favor men? Because it indicates that men are becoming more and more aware of the dangers of marriage. More and more men are going MGTOW. More and more men are choosing to not get involved in serious relationships with women. They choose not to get married since they know it doesn't offer them enough. You could be thinking what wonderful news is that the divorce rate in the United States has fallen to a 50-year low. There might be a chance for someone like me to find love, marry, and have a happy marriage. Only 14.9 marriages out of 1,000 last year resulted in divorce. If you do the math on all marriages ending, that proportion comes out to be close to 50%, which may not seem like a very high percentage at first glance. The marriage rate in the United States dropped or just reached a record low in 2019. It has reportedly been declining quickly in recent years and just achieved a record low in 2019. I recently read an article that described how thousands of men were choosing to not get married. It was written by a female author, and she expressed her opinions on why this development had women worried all over. The article said that marriage rates were decreasing and that it was a terrifying concept. Imagine dating a man for years, cohabiting, and giving the relationship your all without him ever having to put a ring on it. There would be no marriage, no wedding dress, and there would be no huge celebration with family and friends. What about the thought of having children without marriage? So the author makes it sound like this is something that is already happening or has happened. I'm going to read an interview that is on another article where they are kind of under the impression that ladies are approaching them secondhand because they want to make the most of their fun years. There are two ways to look at it. The first, secondhand because she has dated other men and is in the used market. But let's face it, most of us who get married, have married, or engage in long-term relationships fail frequently. As a result, you never arrive looking fresh and excited saying, "Hey, I've never been with anyone else. I'm available for your first use." Let's be honest. That just doesn't happen, at least anymore. Many of the women say, "But I never got to experience what it's like to be with other people, and I'd like to figure that out." So, let's be honest. At this moment, that is more or less a pipe dream. The second market, by which I mean guys, is when they say things like, "Look, when you were cute and you were young, and you were lively, energetic, and having all these amazing times, that's when I wanted to date you. However, you hung out with the attractive, athletic, and well-liked guys from that time and ignored who I was. Meanwhile, I was putting a lot of effort into getting my degree, improving my intelligence, launching my own business, or getting my projects completed and getting sponsorships from big corporations just so that I could have a great career, a financially stable life, and self-generational wealth. Now that I'm finally standing on my own feet and proud of what I've achieved, you're trying to enter my life again. In such situations, men tend to say no. They say, "You want me now that I'm at my best. Why did you ignore me while I was at my worst? Just because things are going nicely for me." The article's female author thus goes on. If you don't think marriage is important, that's great. The rest of us do. The majority of women hope to get married to the man of their dreams. But if millions of men choose not to do so, this will not happen for many of them.
Guys, it's so interesting. A lot of women made a decision that they are they're the ones who choose. They're the prize. They're the ones that men are desperate to have. But in reality, women cannot stand on their own 2 feet without men, without the government, which extracts wealth and resources from men and then reallocates it to women. Women can't do anything without men coming to the rescue every time women are in trouble. Women cannot do anything. You don't hear about women going around taking a poor man off the streets and giving and building him into something. But all the time you do hear about men taking in a woman who's off the streets, who has nothing, and building her up into something. And then what does she do? She wrecks his life. You know? And it's no surprise that modern day men are in droves walking away from relationships. The media is so dishonest, and you have to be so careful with the mainstream media. The mainstream media goes, "Whoa, wow, divorce rates are declining rapidly, so that means that things are going great." It's absolutely frightening. The reason why divorce rates are declining is because marriage rates are declining rapidly. The rates of people getting married at an all-time low. So as a result, divorce rates are also declining alongside that because people aren't getting married. But the media turns around and says that everything is sunny in Seattle. It's like they want us to head towards a post-apocalyptic era. It's like they want to see our societies destroyed. The mainstream media is so deceptive, and modern day women are living in a fantasy world, an absolute fantasy world. We live in there are people in America that are struggling to eat. Most people live paycheck to paycheck, and yet women are demanding that they want these men that make over $100,000 a year. In many cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. In some cases, millions of dollars a year. And these are not the plan A. These are not the plan A guys. These are the plan B guys. He needs to be 6'3". He needs to be muscular. He needs to have this trait and that trait and that trait. He needs to have this amount of money. He needs to be empathetic and kind and do this and this and this and all this other crap. And guys, you don't really realize that's the plan B guy. That's not the plan A guy. The plan A guy are the guys that are 6'7", have hundreds of millions of dollars, have tons of influence. All right, those are the plan A guys, but there are not a lot of those guys around, and most women cannot get those guys. So they're like, okay, I'm settled. Women consider settling for a man who is 6'3" and is a millionaire and has some form of influence as settling. So you run your own business. You run your own business. You make over $1 million a year. You're 6'3", right? You're 6'3". You are a plan B guy. That's plan B. That's not plan A. That's how bad today today is when it comes to modern day dating. This is the reason why men are completely opting out of relationships, everything. Wealthy men, men from all walks of life, rich, poor, black, white, are done with the game because this is the hypocrisy, the madness, the insanity. It is unhealthy for men. It is unhealthy for their psychology, their biology, their livelihood. This is not the way that things are supposed to work. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and like the video so that YouTube will know that you like the videos and you want to see more of these videos. Guys, you have to wake up. There's some guys who are telling me, oh, hey, Angry, I was talking to this chick online thing, and it turned out that it was a dude. I told you, don't talk to Western women anymore, all right? Okay, they're like, oh, I'm never doing online dating again. Dude, I told you, focus on foreign women, focus on Filipinas, try that, okay? But no, you don't listen because a lot of men are so boneheaded. They won't listen. They don't understand that it's, yes, female nature is real, but this type of behavior, this is the way that women treat men, the way that women view society. This is unique to America. This is unique to the UK. This is unique to Australia. This is unique to predominantly white Western countries where there's an abundance of wealth. In developing countries, in countries where feminism has not taken root, where if you don't have a good man, you cannot survive or thrive. In countries where women still have traditional values, you don't find this garbage. You find slender, beautiful, submissive women that want men that will provide for them and make them wives and mothers, and in turn they will cook, clean, and give a man a comfortable home and a comfortable and a peaceful life. That's really it. That's the honest to goodness truth. You don't find, guys. The world is not Western society. The world is much larger than Western society. When men get stuck believing that all of Western society is the world. And that's why so many guys have gone MGTOW and have decided that they're not having any relationships whatsoever, regardless, because they believe that all women are like that. What do you guys think about this? How do you feel about this? What do you think about the fact that women are now fierce, that men are choosing to walk away from dating and marriage to become passport bros instead? What do you think about that? I want to hear your thoughts. You already know what I think, but I want to know what you think. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.